everyone, myself Bhumi Patel, Assistant Professor at ALJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Instrumentation and Control. Today's our topic is various input-output devices and its interfacing with the PLC. As we studied earlier, we will study the different types of ladder diagram using the PLC programming. Now, in this chapter, we will study which type of devices that is interface with the PLC at the input side as well as at the output side. So, first of all, analog input devices that is used in the PLC interfacing PLC hardware system. So, first one, potentiometer. The second one is the LVDT, linear variable displacement transducer. Then the thermocouple, thermistor, RTD, strain gauge, optical pyrometer, temperature transmitter. Okay, so depending upon the requirement or depending upon the plant, we will connect the different type of analog input devices with the PLC hardware. Now, why we can connect the input devices with the PLC hardware? If one simple example, if we want to check that if input is applied, that time my output will be on. So if we connect the hardware with the software, so if the software programming input will be on, that time output must be on. So in the hardware, we can connect some one type of switch. If switch is pressed, that time my output goes on, otherwise my output goes off. So depending upon the system or depending upon the requirement, we will connect the different types of analog input devices to the PLC hardware. Here only 8 analog input devices are listed, but if requirement is there, we can connect other analog input devices with the PLC hardware. Suppose one example is here, thermocouple, thermistor, RTD. All of three are used for the temperature measurement. So our project or our system is regarding to the temperature measurement. That time we will connect the thermocouple, thermistor or RTD to the analog input devices. The next one is the analog input devices. So input analog devices produce a varying input electrical value which is sent to the appropriate PLC input module. As we study in the chapter number 1, we can connect a PLC input module to the PLC block diagram. So what is the function of the input devices? So input analog devices produces a varying input electrical value which is sent to the appropriate PLC input module. So here we can take one example, potentiometer. So it is the one type of input analog device as we discussed earlier. So there are two types of potentiometer there. The first one is the carbon type and the second one is the wire wound type. Okay, so in the carbon type, a sliding contact is moved around a carbon element by rotating the shaft. It is the construction of the carbon type potentiometer. As the sliding contact is rotated, the resistance to the end connection varies. So depending upon the sliding contact rotation, the resistance will be vary. So in the wire wound type, carbon element is replaced by the wire winding. So the function of the carbon type and the wire wound potentiometer will be same, but the construction is little bit different. In the carbon type, they will use the carbon element, and in the wire wound type, they will use a wire winding in the potentiometer. So electrical connection of the potentiometer to the PLC is given. So here voltage is applied, potentiometer is connected to input module or the voltage converter. So whenever we change the value of the voltage, we can change the input module. Now potentiometer, what is the difference between carbon and wire wound? Okay, why we study the difference between carbon and wire wound potentiometer? Because depending upon the requirement, depending upon the system, we cannot connect every time carbon or the wire wound potentiometer in the same system. So depending upon the specification, we can connect the potentiometer to the input module. So in the carbon type, value of the resistor is 100 milliohm and wire wound limited value usually to 1 kilo ohm. In the carbon, it is low amplifier and the power, and if we require high amplifier and the power, that time we can connect the wire wound potentiometer. The output is perfectly continuous in the carbon type, and in the wire wound we can get output in this small step. Now it can be non-linear and the wire wound must be linear. The cost of the carbon type potentiometer is low compared to the wire wound potentiometer. Now the carbon type potentiometer use edges and changing, and in the wire wound there is a no edging, and carbon type is subject to the burn stop and wire wound is less to burn stop compared to the carbon type potentiometer. So depending upon the requirement, we can connect the carbon type or wire wound potentiometer. As we studied earlier, we can listed three temperature measurement instrument: thermocouple, thermistor and RTD. So which instrument or which uh, instrument is proper for this particular system? So we can study their requirement and then we can study their different possibility, and then we have to connect which temperature measurement instrument is best for this particular system. Now the next one is the on off input device. If we can connect only the switch to the input terminal, okay, only if we can on the input, output must be on. So which type of input device is there for the on off application? So as you know, very well known switch is push button switch. Again you can connect the toggle switch, pressure switch, level switch, float switch, limit switch, proximity switch, photo switch, temperature switch, flow switch, manually operated switch. Okay, so depending upon the requirement or depending upon the application, we can connect the switch. What is the main function of the switch? If you want to change the level or change the state of the input on or off, that time you can connect any of the switch for the on off input devices. Okay, now what is the actual diagram of the toggle switch? So here four possibilities given for the toggle switch. The first one is the normally open. NO means normally open, and SPST means single press, single turn. Okay, NC means the second switch will be normally close contact. Then next we can connect the double switch at the same time, so it is known as the DPST. Then we can connect the one input and the two output, that is known as the SPDT. Then the spring return SPDT, we can connect also a spring with the toggle switch. And the last one is the center of SPST. Here three connection is given for this particular on off device. So this is the different types of toggle switch that is used in our PLC hardware. Okay, and this is the actual toggle switch diagram. Clear? Now next one is the push button switch. So push button switch are like this manner: normally open, normally close, SPDT and stack DPDT. As you remember, whenever we draw the ladder diagram of any PLC programming, we can put a normally open or normally closed switch for our logic. So we can connect normally open logic with the push button or the toggle switch, and this is the actual picture of the push button switch. So you can connect this type of push button switch with the PLC hardware. Clear? Now next one is the output on off device. Okay, so we can connect the relay with the output device, contactors, lamp, alarm, solenoid valves, coils, horn, lights. Okay, so if input is on, that time my output goes on. That means if we can connect the alarm or the lamp or the light or the LED with the output device. So if input is applied, if push button is pressed, my LED goes on, light goes on, alarm will be ringing. So that is the output on off device that we have to connect with the PLC hardware. The next one is the electrical solenoid. So this is the actual diagram of the electrical solenoid. As you see here, we can connect the coil. Between the coil, we can connect the spring with the stem and with the control valve, and armature will be connected between the stem and spring, and then this connection will be connected with the electrical connection. So as you remember that we have to study in the control system component that control valve, the operation of the control valve depend upon the stem position. Stem will be go up and down depending upon the input pressure. Input flow will be applied to the particular control valve, and spring will be expand and release depending upon the inflow, and that time my stem will be goes up and down, and here you can see that with this spring the coil is connected, and with the coil electrical connection is there. So we can connect the electrical solenoid with the output device. Now this is all about the analog on off output device. Now what is the actual output device that we have to connect with the hardware? So if we have to run the servo motor, stepper motor, drives, different types of positioner, different types of valve, fans, actuator. So this is the all analog output device that we have to connect with the PLC hardware. So if we connect the stepper motor, some input voltage is applied or input devices will be connected. If we can change the input voltage depending upon there, we can draw the ladder diagram of the particular program, and then stepper motor will be run in this step. Same like control valve, if we can connect the control valve with the analog output device, if we can on the control valve or off the control valve depending upon our logic. Suppose we have to connect the level controller, and we can take some tank. If inflow is there, we can close the outflow, or if tank is full, we can open the outflow or close the inflow. That time we can connect the control valve as the input side as well as the output device. So this is some application that we have to use in the PLC hardware. So what is the actual diagram of the servo motor? So servo motor are called the control motors. These motors are used in the feedback control system as the output actuators. Okay, so there are two types of servo motor, as you know, the DC servo motor and the AC servo motor. In the DC servo motor we can apply the DC voltage, and AC servo motor we can apply the AC voltage. So this is the actual servo motor diagram, that voltage is applied to the motor. We can change the field MMF and the armature MMF. So here they will draw the diagram speed versus torque. If the speed of the motor will be increased, the torque will be increased or decreased depending upon the motor condition. So we can connect any instrument as an output device in the analog output devices. So whenever we interface the PLC with the different instruments, the first thing is that we can select input on off device, output on off device, same as input analog devices and output analog devices. That is useful in your project or any system or in the plant. Thank you everyone. If anyone have doubt, then contact me in my email ID.